You've probably read dozens of self-help books, right? Whether it's Think and Grow Rich or Psycho-Cybernetics, Atomic Habits, you understand at this point that the way you think about things is what's gonna dictate the outcomes in your life. Obviously, I'm fully attuned with positive thinking. Like, I do it all the time. Like, I'm so awesome. I'm such an amazing person. Like, why wouldn't you listen to me? See, right there. Positive affirmation. You understand that you have to think about the process to get there and you can't think about the result. You're doing all this, right? You're telling yourself in the moment, okay, I need to focus on the process here. That's what's important. That's what keeps you going. But you keep doing this, but you're still not getting anywhere. You're just stuck in the same place that you've been even since before you started reading these books and you started your own self-improvement journey. I think that we all started getting on our own self-improvement for various different reasons. For me, it was day trading, right? Because I was studying all the different strategies, the tactics, I was utilizing my risk properly, but nothing was really working. So eventually I came across the idea that it's about my mindset with trading and not trading itself that's gonna get me to that other side. So I just started reading a bunch of psychology books, a bunch of mindset books, and trying to apply these thoughts into my trading. But even still, even applying the concepts that I learned, talking to trading psychologists, it just felt like everything I was doing was just kind of force feeding myself these positive thoughts that were supposed to make me a profitable trader. It never happened. So if you keep watching this video, I'm gonna help you understand why your positive thinking has not been working, how it can actually be dangerous, and the next step that you need to take if you wanna actually start seeing some results. So if you think positively, then you're an idiot. I don't want you to think that I'm saying that like you shouldn't think positively. Like somebody who's just kind of sitting there all day like, my life sucks. Like why am I even doing this right now? You know, like they're probably not gonna get very far with it. What I am saying is that there's other things that are involved where positive thinking alone is not gonna be the make or break thing that gets you success. And again, somebody who just berates themselves all day and is self-sabotaging, honestly, they could see success, but they're just not gonna feel very good about themselves for it. So we all know what positive thinking is at this point, right? That like you need to set goals and you need to be persistent and keep working towards something. And you're probably at a point where it feels like you're doing everything right, but still it's all going wrong, right? Like you're journaling, you're doing the daily habits, you're meditating, and you are in your own mind thinking positively, right? You're telling yourself, I can do this. I know that this is gonna work. Like I just need to keep pushing, just doing what all like the rich entrepreneurs say and thinking the way that they say to think. You don't know what it is, but even despite doing this, you just feel further and further away from your goal. And the reason for that is you're probably not thinking positively in the right way. And I know I keep using air quotes a lot, but it's because positive thinking, it's just a tool that you use. But the pursuit that you're applying it to, it can't be futile, right? Like it needs to make sense what you're actually thinking positively about. Now, this is kind of an extreme example, but I think that's a little bit necessary to embellish the point here. Like say you're fighting in a war. All right, like I said, pretty extreme example. And you watch your best friend take his dying breath, right? And you're almost out of resources, you're almost out of food, and there's just no hope of winning. You're outnumbered by the other side 100 to 1. But you're thinking positively about it, right? You're like, oh no, this is gonna be fine. It's all okay. This is just an obstacle in my way, right? Like, no, it's not. Like you're probably gonna lose the war. There has to come a point where you accept that the route you're currently taking might not be the right route there. Your goal might not be achievable, especially not in the way that you're currently going about it. There might come a point where you need to accept that just thinking positively, it might not be enough. You might need to just completely change your approach, whatever it is you're doing, and even do something else. It's hard to find that balance, right? Like, am I forcing myself to think positively, or am I actually engaging in the right process here? Again, I just want to emphasize, you can't make positive thinking like the highest priority on your list, right? You need to sort out everything else first. Like, is this process you're doing, does it even make sense? Do I even want to do it? And then sort of insert the positive thinking as a tool, like you just utilize it with a bunch of other moving parts. The thing is, positive thinking, it can be very dangerous. It can turn into a vicious cycle, and I've been down that rabbit hole plenty of times, right? Like you're telling yourself all these positive things that you need to do. You're telling yourself like, okay, I need to keep going. I can't let this one obstacle overcome me. I can't let it stop me. And you just keep that in the forefront of your brain. Like you've read so many self-help books right now. You've listened to so many motivational speakers at this point, right? Whether it's Earl Nightingale or Jim Rohn telling you that you just need to allow the journey there to be what makes you successful, right? You need to just keep pushing on and never stop. But the problem with that is how do you know like that that's actually the right thing for you? Like, do you believe that you can do it? Or are you just forcing yourself to have these positive thoughts that have sort of been like injected into your brain by all these self-help gurus, but you don't actually believe any of it? Positive thinking, it's just the last piece of the puzzle. You need to figure out everything else and then sort of implement it. How many people say they want to be millionaires? Right? Like they say that they want to be rich, they want to hit lotto, or that down the line they want to have a lot of money saved up. Maybe they're convenience store managers or gas station attendants, whatever. Nothing wrong with any of those professions, but if you're in that line of work and then you're thinking positively, you think that you're going to be a millionaire just because of that. Like the point is your pursuit actually needs to be something that can actually bring these results that you're trying to manifest or think positively about. You think that just because you think positively about being an insurance agent, you're gonna get these results that are not even physically possible from being an insurance agent? If it doesn't make mathematical sense for you to make the kind of money that you wanna think positively towards, it's not just gonna fall out of the sky because you're trying to manifest it or visualizing whatever. Like it has to make sense with the pursuit that you're doing. Here's the caveat here. Finding the right profession or the right pursuit is only the first step. Like, again, I was doing day trading. Plenty of people have made millions, billions from trading stocks, right? What do you believe about yourself with whatever it is you're doing? Again, me with day trading, I don't think I ever believed I could actually make money day trading, right? Like, I would tell myself all these in the moment fleeting thoughts that if I caught myself like overreacting or something, I would tell myself like, no, I can do this. This is just an obstacle. I need to step away from the screen right now. You know, I can't take this next trade. I need to breathe right now because in the long run, doing this is gonna make me a millionaire day trader. I think digging down into my core, I don't think I ever truly saw myself as that millionaire day trader because I don't think I actually wanted it. You have to ask yourself, what do you truly believe about whatever you're working towards right now? What do you believe about yourself? Because those day-to-day thoughts, they're like, I can do this, or this is what I need to do here, they're great, but they're not true to you. You need to really take a look and dig deep into your actual self-image and figure out what do you actually believe about yourself. Listen to those thoughts that you have when you're not trying to think positively. Those are the thoughts that really tell you who you are and what you believe about yourself. Don't ignore those bad thoughts you have. Those are what's gonna tell you how you really feel. When you're not forcing yourself, you're not trying to think positively, that's what's real. That's what's coming from your core, from a deeper mechanism that you're not even aware of. And that's only the first step that you can take to actually changing this. You need to really ask yourself what these thoughts actually say about you and what you think of yourself, right? Like, are you actually thinking positively, or are they kind of self-sabotaging thoughts saying like, I can't do this. I don't know if this is for me. Like, because most people are not tuned into that. It's just, they're so used to it. They're kind of on autopilot when these thoughts are coming out. But if you can be aware of these thoughts, it will be such a pivotal step for you to actually be aware of what you're thinking about yourself. Again, when you're not forcing yourself to think positively. Positive thinking, it shouldn't be forced. It shouldn't be like you're making yourself do something. The whole idea is that your self-image, it's what your true perceptions and values and beliefs are about yourself. Like when you look in the mirror, who do you see? Do you feel proud? Do you feel good? Or are you like disgusted? Do you not believe that you can accomplish the things you want to accomplish? Because that's the whole thing. Rather than making yourself have these day-to-day positive thoughts throughout, like just millions of different affirmations and whatever, if you just change your self-image, you don't need to try to positively think, you just will. It'll be natural to you. Like, stop thinking about thinking and just perceive yourself in a different way. So many people just digest material regarding what the right mindset to have is, right? And again, we understand this, but then we don't actually do these things. Like, again, we'll force them into our thoughts, like sort of spoon feed it to ourselves, but we don't actually feel this way. We just know it's how we're supposed to feel. What I want you to do from this video is get a note sheet out or take your phone or something and just write down the daily thoughts that you're having when you're not trying to think positively. Like, what are you truly believing about yourself? What's actually driving all your actions? Because it's hard to be driven by positive thinking if you can't even actually act on those thoughts. Like, if you're just sitting there forcing yourself to do your work, but your thinking is actually negative, then trying to think positively about it, you're not actually gonna do anything with those thoughts. You're just gonna kind of be working against the grain. The idea is that you want these positive thoughts to be working with you. You don't wanna be like, you know, your work is in the negative, but you're thinking positively and it's just kind of clashing. Like, that's why you're stuck in the same spot, because your input is not equivalent with the positive output you're trying to get, right? Because even if you're telling yourself these surface level positive affirmations, whatever your core belief is what's really gonna drive whatever you're doing. Rather than just forcing yourself to do all the right things, first figure out, how do you feel about yourself? I'm gonna be doing a video soon regarding how to change the self-image, you know, how to have better beliefs about yourself as a person and what you're trying to accomplish. So if you wanna stick around for that, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'm also working on a brand new school program where I'm gonna go over exact daily steps and rituals you can implement to change your self-image about yourself. Because that's the whole thing, is that truly having a good self-image, it all comes down to your experiences. So I'm gonna give you some steps within this school program that you can take to adjust your self-image. So if you wanna join, click the link in the description below. I'm only letting 50 people in for free, and we have 2 people, so you know it won't be that hard for you to join right now, but click the link below, and because after that it's going to be paid, so you might as well join for free, right? And the material is not even out yet, so you're getting there before. It's sort of like the preview. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all in the next video and in the school community. It's called University. Clever, right? Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.